anything else here. A faint light shines through the crack. Maybe it's a sign of life. Maybe, yep, you don't say, you don't say. Well, into the cabin in the woods, it's part of the fun. You can't make a comment about saying the woods outside, which would be a little bit amusing because you just came from them, so obviously you know what's outside, but... I don't think I'd want to live in a house as dusty and cobwebbed as this. It almost looks like I'm in a fucking voodoo hut. Hello, lights shimmering. The firewood looks fresh. It is why it's on fire. Trying to remember if there's anything items you can pick up in this area. I don't think so, really. But it's not bad to check. A number of bandages have been hung up. Could these brown stains be blood? I don't really... Can you think what else they could be, Chris? Because I certainly cannot. There's a map of the courtyard. Take it? Yes. Hello, courtyard map. We're not done in here, though. You got the map of the courtyard. Yay. A family picture. There's a journal left by someone. 19. Daddy attacked first. Mom attacked second. Inside red and slimy, white and hard. Not true, Mom. Where? Don't know, Dad. Found Mom again. What? Attacked Mommy. She moved no more. She's screaming. Why? Just want to be with her. For Mom, where? I miss you. It's an old typewriter. You can save your progress. You know. Wait, did I not put my ink ribbons away? What an idiot I am. Alright. A crude bed. Looks like no one's used it in a long time. Eat the map to gain its power. Sounds like something. I'm with you on that idea, Infy. How did I not put the ink ribbons away earlier? I'm not going to save right now. I'm fine. What could possibly go wrong? And all that fun scenario stuff. Also, I don't need these shotgun shells. Combine them with the other shotgun shells, and okay. That's honestly all I really need. Well, let's hop down here. Whoop. Will you take the crank? Of course. It's one of the few cranks in this game, actually. In fact, I can even examine it. The end is shaped like a square. It's the square crank. Oh boy. Well, time to head on back. The square crank is obviously going to come in handy for something pretty soon, so surprisingly it's not the only crank in the game either. I don't think we're home alone no more. This one, you go. Oh, that was close. I don't think this person's doing too well. Look at those boils in her back. She's a lot more detailed than she was in the original one. Let me hop on down. Here's my pro tips for dodging this woman. She was just taking a moment, elder moment. Oh, there goes my pro tips. Oh, that was close. She does a lot of damage. Holy hell, she almost killed me in one fell swoop. Oh, we're gonna leave her to have fun in her home and all that, so bye, missus. We probably don't want to stay here in the woods for too much longer. We got the crank that we needed. It was her beloved crank. It's why I was in the back of her home. She'd idle it all day long. But alas, then the big bad Chris Redfield comes out of nowhere and steals it from her. And he'll huff and he'll puff and he'll run away with your crank. There's a few different ways to the forest. I said that before. Trying to be a little bit cautious because, as I'm sure you can hear, we're not alone. There's other things in these woods. I don't know how that worked, but okay. How about you, statue? I never really observed you. Large statue stands silently in the darkness. That's fun. Out of here we go. There you go. You know, Crow, I'm not really in the mood today. I'll catch you birds later. Off to the next. I was actually humming the Benny Hill theme. Anyways, going out and out we go. Let's go on through. This one area makes you think of an area in Dark Souls 2. What you actually mean is that that one area in Dark Souls 2 makes you think of this area. There we go. I should maybe probably heal. Yeah, whatever. Whoop. Gotta use it. A selection of gardening supplies. There doesn't seem to be anything of use. That's unfortunate.
This is Brad. Come in, S.T.A.R.S Alpha Team. Come in. Does anybody hear me?
This is Chris.
This is Brad. S.T.A.R.S Alpha Team. Bravo Team. It doesn't matter. Respond. I repeat, this is
Brad! This is Chris! Brad? Damn. Thing's broken.
If only Richard hadn't given us such a shitty radio, we might have been able to avoid a lot of turmoil in this game. We're just going to ignore the dogs. They're going, oh jeez, we're going to have an encounter here. Thankfully they didn't get a chance to pounce. Let's see. Now, here's what I've been waiting for. It's a pool of water. We can take our handy dandy crank out. Use. You can hear the sound of the waterfall in the distance. Thank you for that crank. Now let's go back on down. We won't have to concern ourselves with the sound of a waterfall for a while. Also, this area is a bitch. Later in the game. We'll get to that when we get to that, though. For now, we're about to reach my favorite part of Resident Evil Remake. Also, I'm going to throw out there that I would actually consider the section that we're doing right now outside to be combined with my favorite section, so it's not like we're just getting to it, though I do prefer the things coming up. But I like to consider this whole sequence of Resident Evil Remake to be my favorite part of it, personally speaking. Crows ain't going to let us have any time alone, apparently. I think we pissed them off. The crows have awakened! Some kind of sea creature in the water. The battery. Oh, no. Okay. We're okay. We're fine. The birds are just going insane because that's what birds do. A raging waterfall. Looks like there's something beyond it. That doesn't concern us right now, though. It concerns us that there's a door right here and that the birds are actually dropping feathers because they're decaying. That's kind of a nice touch. Now, the march continues. This whole sequence has been about the same as it is on normal and hard, except Lisa hit me and I got hurt a little bit more than she normally would hurt you. Oh no, not snakes. I'd rather not deal with you. Slither, slither. Slither, slither, hopscotch. Snakes are gonna eat my socks off. Anyways, time for the residence. Personal favorite location right here. The residence. Anyways, first of all, they only give you one blue herb in this sequence. That's tricky of them. Pesticide spray for flowers. Appears empty. I can pick up the blue herb and put it away in my inventory. You take the blue herb? Sure. Why not? There's a few things we have to do. I'm going to start off by pushing this box in the way because I'm going to want to save in a moment anyways. That's good. What I want to use this box for. Let's push the box over here. That hole in the floor, if you step on it, one of those plant whips will come out of nowhere and start hitting you, and I'd rather not deal with that one right now. It's locked. The door plate reads 01. I'm gonna go inside here first. Hey, beautiful. Okay. Green herb for us. I will take. I'll also light this. So if someone could write down that the red light equals 2 eyelashes or 2, I'd be very appreciative. Could it have some kind of meaning? That spider wanted to spit poison at us. There it goes. The Parsian is decorated dishes, you don't say. We're not done here, though. An advertisement for an arm wrestling competition. The winner will be named chief for the day of the Raccoon Police Department. That actually becomes relevant in Resident Evil 2. It's a nice little connection. They made a Resident Evil remake reference the old other Resident Evil games more to sort of retcon the original Resident Evil and make it have more connections. Wine balls lie scattered around. They're all empty. You don't say. Will you take the red book? I guess I need to. Examine. It's a book with a red cover. Let's open it up then. It's a book with a red cover. Nothing is printed on any of the pages. Is there a special way to use it? Quite the question. It's a book with a red cover. You can't carry any more items, but I want to pick up the... Alright, let's light that up. Light my fire, cowboy. So, red is on top, green is in middle. Red is top, green is middle. Oh, jeez. Actually, if you poison... Okay, thank you for poisoning me. Aha! Will you take the first aid box? You bet I will. Spider's being tricky. An orange oil lamp. It's not lit, at least for the moment. That one is 3 on top, 1 at the bottom. So green is 2 in the middle, red is 2 on top, that one is 3. Could it have some kind of meaning? I don't know, and these billiard balls here make it seem pretty important too. Red is 3, purple is 4, orange is 5, green is 6, blue is 2. There doesn't seem to be anything significant about the order, but there's something significant. Let me just tell you that. A guitar case, it's empty. Now time for the hard part about this. I knew I could leave, but oh no, oh no. Oh no, Spider, come up here. I'm gonna take a Steam screenshot of this. Spider, I need you to come up here. There's no way I'm gonna be able to get by you with how you are. We can figure this out, Spider. We can work through this. We can work through our problems. Thank you, Spider. We can work through this, Spider. We've been through a lot of tough times together. Want to play billiard balls? Because we can play billiard. I want to get too close, but I don't want you just standing there either. Thank you, you beautiful creature. Okay, let's rush it. Excuse me, Spider. He's having a good time doing spider things. Now, if you kill the spiders, sometimes they'll have a lot of baby spiders crawl their stomach. They actually removed something from the HD or from the original remake. They used to make this cartoony little sound, but now they no longer make the cartoony sound. I actually prefer it, personally speaking, because it makes it less cartoony, a little bit more like ew, more subtle. But whatever the case, let's do this. I got a lot of stuff. The shelves contain buckets and rope. The rope looks freshly cut. You can't carry any more items. Well, that's a shame. There's a grenade there I can probably pick up, but that's not going to be what mainly concerns me. Let's open this up. I do not need the red book yet. I'll need that later. I do not need this yet. I do not need that yet. I won't need the crank for a while. I actually like to keep a lot of slots open for a variety of reasons. I might save my game, though, before things go absolutely south. In fact, I think I might do that. Will you take the flash grenade? Yes. Will you take the ink ribbons? Yes. It's an old typewriter. You can save your progress. Use the ink ribbon? Yes. Let's save here. And there we go. The save was successful. And life is pretty okay. Alright, put those ink ribbons back. Is there anything else I'm going to need for the moment? Let me just quickly glance. I don't really think so. I don't think there's anything else of these that I'm going to need. At least yet. The red book I'm going to need a little bit later. Anything over here? Nope. Okay. On to the next. Let's climb over things. You're first. You're second. We can even hop down a third time. There's a mysterious door that we obviously didn't see before on the other side of this. If you try crossing the other way, you get attacked by a plant. Okay. This door reveals to me. They've got... So I don't know if this is coincidence or not. There doesn't seem to be anything useful. The statues here look... They're not exactly the same, but never mind. I think I'm just thinking about something completely wrong at the moment. There's an open window. I'll never trust windows in the Resident Evil franchise, that's for certain. Newspapers lie scattered about. They all seem to contain articles about S.T.A.R.S. Ain't that a little bit weird? I'm a member of S.T.A.R.S. You can see on the back of my jacket. See? S.T.A.R.S. A little bit odd that they have an article about it. I don't know what that's pertaining to, but whatever the case. It's locked. The door plate reads gallery. Now there's a shiny over there, but we're not going to want to pick it up right now. It'll just make my life a lot harder right now. It's a map of the residence, but I know the residence by heart anyways, and if we do pick it up, it'll just make things more difficult than they have to be. That's the basic gist of it. I'll go through here. Hello, bathroom. Water drips from the sink. Perhaps that's the valve, or perhaps the valve is broken. I just heard a door happen. Will you take the residence key? Of course I will. Water is leaking from the tank. That's unfortunate. Nothing else in here. If we examine this key, numbers 001 is imprinted. It's the key for room 001. Oh boy. Now here's one of my favorite things to do. One of my favorite dupes in this game. Oh, there he is. Well, we can have a good time. He got me from behind, which is the worst thing. But we did it. Just leave him in the bathroom. He can have his zombie fun in there. Shrug. you take too long, it'll burst inside the bathroom automatically. I'll go through here, though. However, though, since we got the key for door number uno in here, I'm going to go backwards a little bit because we need to have a certain door to open way back here. By way back, I mean it's only a few rooms away. The residence isn't very big, even though it's my favorite sequence of the game. Alright, can I climb these boxes again? Well, if you doubted me, that means how did I do it the first time? Okay, so that obviously opens up this door, which is number 1 right above it. Use the key for room 101. There's no further use for this key. Discard it. Here's something which I'm going to admit. The first time I played Resident Evil Remake, they'd asked me to discard items, so I was like, no, that means they're unique items. I'm going to store them in my inventory. That was a much younger me. Anyways, discard here. Some noise or another. The real question we'll have to ask ourselves is, how's it hanging? This bed shows signs of having been used. Will you take the self-defense gun? Might as well, I guess. Suicide note. June 22nd, 1998. I had to do it. We ran from those things, helping each other to survive, but Robert started to show the symptoms. I had to do it. Those damn things are pure evil. There was no other way. He would have done the same if it were the other way around. After I put him out of his misery, I had to just leave him in the bathroom. Now I'm probably the last one. How could this happen? I'll never forgive myself for being part of this project. Eventually I'll get what's coming to me, though. There's no way to escape from this nut house. It's just a matter of time now. Everything is set. All I need is a little courage to get it done. Knowing that I'll leave many things undone is a regret beyond words. But this is better than just waiting to turn into one of them. Please understand and at least let me end my life as a person. There's a message on the back. Linda, please forgive me. An old bookcase. The books are mostly concerned with literature and philosophy. Books about literature. This bed shows signs of yeah, I think we already read that there before. Excuse me, sir, having fun hanging there? He's just hanging loose. We're gonna go inside this door. And Jai say he left his buddy dead in the bathroom. Not exactly a lie. There's something inside the bathtub. Will you take the control room key? Of course I will. And the zombies are gaining up, so we're gonna leave them to be. And he's not the only zombie that's gaining up. Let me just say that. Okay, I remember that body falling. But we're not gonna bother him. He can hang around all he wants. I'm okay with him not falling down. Let's go on out. I'm hopping these boxes, all these goddamn boxes. I'm gonna be being all of Chris's campaign tonight. It's the plan. Let's be switching corners. Now that we have a new key, if we examine this one, it'll tell us it's nothing. It's the nothing key. It's the key for entering the control room. How nice, I think. Let's go. Now, what we're about to go to is another favorite sequence of mine. Is there a note there? I think there's a note there. Plant 42 reports. 4 days have passed since the accident. The plant at Point 42 is growing at an amazing rate. Although there are many unknown aspects about this plant, we know that in comparison with the other groups of plants, the T-virus has had a substantially stronger effect on this one. The T-virus has drastically morphed its host anatomy as well as its size. Looking at its current state, it's difficult to imagine its original appearance. Nowhere on Earth will you find anything like it. We've also found that Plant 42 has two main sources of acquiring its necessary nutrients. One source is through its root. Somehow it has rooted itself down in the basement. Immediately after the accident, the scientists went mad and destroyed the aqua ring. Ever since, the basement has been like a pool. There's a high possibility that this is one of the chemicals in the water that's promoting the Plant 42's rapid growth. However, we have yet to determine the specific chemical. A bulb-like body of Plant 42 has been sighted, hanging from the ceiling of the first floor. We are sure that it was used for the air ducts to reach the first floor. Numerous long, tentacle-like vines are protruding from the bulb. We believe the vines are the second means of acquiring its nutrients. When the Plant 42 senses prey, it uses the tentacle-like vines to capture its prey. After doing so, suckers on the vine drain the prey of its blood. We've also noticed that it has some intelligence. When it captures its prey or when it's inactive, the vines twine around the door to stop possible intruders. Unfortunately, several of our scientists have already fallen victim to this Plant 42. When we heard the stories from the survivors, they all observed one thing in common. When the uniform petal-like flaps open and reveal its vital internals, it has a tendency to become more aggressive. One witness reported that it was as if it was trying to protect itself. Why it behaves the way it does is still unknown. May 21st, 1998, Henry Sarton. Probably because it doesn't want to die. Because it's got sentience. Old newspapers and magazines lie on top of the bed. Someone appears to have vomited blood on some of the newspapers. There's nothing special. And look at that god-dang cowboy hat right there. Let the cowboy hat be loved and heard. Love the cowboy hat. Praise the cow. Okay. I'm done. Move this bookshelf over here. And then I move this bookshelf over there. There's a ladder here. Climb down? Of course. What else would we be doing with a ladder? I guess we could live on it. I don't think zombies can climb ladders. That's what some of the scientists should have done. Just lived on ladders. Anyways, the music here is obviously a little bit haunting. It's also kind of a change of atmosphere again. We'll take it as we take it, though. Now, there's a few things that have been changed about the remaster of Resident Evil 1. One such thing is about to pop up in just a little bit. First, push this a little bit more that way. I'm not going to push it all the way, though, or else I'm going to block my passage. So here's one of the elements that I've noticed are one of the more drastic visual changes. The water in this game is, like, really blue. In the original remake, it wasn't nearly this blue. That's not a bad thing, I'm not complaining about it, it's just a weird thing. It's like, huh, they really made the water blue in this. Let's push this into place. There you go. Drops the daisy. Apparently that's not good enough for us to cross, even though you could probably cross that just A-okay, but we need a third box. Chris is one for safety precautions. He doesn't want to drop in that water, that'd make his outfit all wet. Let's push that here and continue. Everyone's favorite pushing box puzzle. Da-da. Now, for the sake that I'm playing on hard difficulty, I'm not going to stick around for the giant coming up. I did that for Jill's playthrough. I'm not sticking around for it for this one. Just a heads up. I'm not staying around there. They'll kill me. Oh, I'll pick up the green herb. I need some items. Will I take the green herb? Why not? I might need it after this anyways. Well, into the water. These doors beckon me. So let's take a moment to remember how great a guy Richard was. Whiz, apparently.
Richard! Chris! Chris, stop! No! Richard.
There's the destined to die character. I'd rather not mess with these sharks. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. Get away from me, you fuckers. That one's gonna probably get me in a little bit. I also would like to get out of here soon. The music's kicking in. Get me the fuck out of here. Get me the fuck out of here. If you think those sharks are bad, they're not the worst ones. Come on, Chris. Come on. Use the control room key. There are no further uses for this key. Discard it. Sure, why not? I'm gonna open the door. The sharks do so much damage on hard difficulty. Holy hell. But I'll be probably okay for the moment. The warning lamp indicates that there is an emergency. Did I say warning lamp? Yeah, it does say warning lamp, huh? Well, no other way to go but down. Sure, I'll take the ladder. That sounds fun. Welcome to Command Center. A few things to look at here. Starting with you, Green Glow. An oil pressure regulator. There's no need to adjust the pressure right now. So that's the pressure regulator. If we look over here... That's probably not a good idea to step out into. The door is held tightly shut by the pressure of the water. Well, that's unfortunate. Hey, I might actually... I'll take the green herb. Caution. In case of a drop in oil temperature, open valve 1. There's a map of the aquamarine. Take it? Yes. Oh, aquamarine. You got the map of the aquamarine. A pressure shelter. There's the pressure shelter. How about over here? The controls to the main system. Everything seems to be in proper working order. So what it says is that we needed to pull valve 1. An error message is being displayed. Something appears to have gone wrong while the water was being drained. There's a switch to drain the water. Press it? Yes.
Emergency. Unknown.
Those are some goddamn smart sharks.
Locking all doors to achieve maximum safety.
There's a control over the pressure shelter, but I won't budge until the safety is released. Are you the safety? Pressure shelter is locked. Release the safety? Yes. The safety mechanism of the shelter has been released.
Reaching 30% of pressure threshold.
There's control over the shelter. Pull it? Yes. Oil pressure lost. Shelter operation terminated. Reset portal and then reset safety.
Reaching 50% of pressure threshold. Activate emergency.
Switch the control pressure valve. Press what switch? Number 1. So the file said it was valve 1. Now press this again. Control switch. Won't budge until safety is released. Try and release the safety again. Release safety. Yes. Safety mechanism pressure has been released.
Reaching 70% of pressure threshold.
Alright, control start. Press it. And let's lock this up. And there we go, lockdown established. Okay. The shark's not done having his fun though. Drain the water, yes. The water has been completely drained. Well, that's good. We're not gonna flood to death from sharks being suicidal maniacs. Now then. See, it's just what all sharks want to do. Slam their bodies against glass while trying to eat the human inside. I don't actually have a fear of sharks, but I said I wouldn't swim with them. I don't have that shark train. I can't be tamer of the sharks. Sure is wet in here. I guess that's what happens when you leave the whole place completely abandoned. The materials are labeled as dynamite. They're soaked beyond use. I recall there being something over here. Then again, maybe it's just not here on... good old normal difficulty. Maybe it's here on normal difficulty, but not here on hard difficulty. I'm not trying to check that 3 bajillion times. Well, thank you very much for asking, though. Diving suits and nets. There doesn't seem to be anything of use. Well, to the next area, then. There's nothing there. Oh, there's a shiny here. Will you take the magnum rounds? Of course I will. Who the fuck would ditch out on magnum rounds? Okay.